Look how comfy she looks. This cheek feels really red for some reason. It does look a little red. Oh no. Friday. It's a Friday. My cousin came today to talk about the business, and then he fell asleep for a while on the couch because he had gotten up at 4 o'clock this morning to go plow because we are still having really crappy winter weather. Roads are still really bad. They were just talking about it on the news. It's so windy out right now, it's just blowing roads shut. And they're telling people, if you don't have to be out, don't be out. Are you good coming out of the box now? I don't know if in your parts of the country, if you saw that big pile up on a highway called 94 near Michigan City, Indiana. That's not very far from where I live. I've driven that stretch of road many times in my life. Our drivers drive that road a lot too, so it's a scary, scary road. Did I talk about that yesterday? If I did, sorry. My brain, poof. But Lynne had asked me yesterday to talk about the house I live in. The cat, here, I don't have any treats here. Come here. This house, I don't know when it was built. It was built by a guy who built it himself. And there's no rhyme or reason. There might be studs that are 8 inches apart, might be 12 inches apart. He wasn't a professional builder, and there are things that are not level, and it's just an old house. When I was a kid, it was this ugly green wood house, and then my parents had siding put on it, and my mom picked out this blue, and at the time, you never saw blue houses. And I remember going back in our neighborhood after it was first done, and our house just like screamed. I'm like, oh my God, why did she pick that blue? But so yeah, we live in a blue house now. Small house, 2 bedrooms. The room I'm in was my parents' bedroom when I grew up, and I had the bedroom in the opposite hall where I first started vlogging in, which is now my dad's room. And then there's a bathroom between us. Got our living room, and then kitchen, eating kitchen. And then we have like the front porch that you walk in to get to our, what we'll call the back room, which is, I guess what some people call like a mud room. It's the room between the kitchen and the garage. There's like a refrigerator out there, an old freezer that we use for storage, and a sink, and the stairway going to the basement. And we have a full basement underneath the house because that's where I lived when I moved back home. My parents bought this house when I was 4 months old, and I moved out in my early 20s and lived a little while just in the town next to me with a boyfriend at the time, and then I came back, but I moved into the basement, and I lived down there for quite a while. And then when I'd gone to Germany, when I was over there, we were talking about me moving there, and it was beautiful there, and I loved it. And I said, you know, if I do decide to do this, you're going to have a ground floor apartment. Because he had one that was on the 3rd floor. Well, it was a walk-up. Kitty, quit. Quit it right now. Get up here. Get up on the thing. Come here. 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 These aren't your regular treats. I don't even know if you'll like these or not. You always turn your nose up at them, but that's all I got to offer you right at the moment. Okay, go get some fishies. I gave her some anchovies. And we talked about that, about how at that time my knees weren't out, but they were starting to ache. And I said, you know, there might come a time where I might have to have electric carts. And, you know, we talked about a bunch of things like that. And because Munich was a beautiful city. And I'm not even a city girl, and I didn't mind it. And he lived right smack dab in the middle. Right in the middle. And then I came home, and 6 months later is when Mom died. And all bets were off. You know, I knew I would not do that then. And I think he knew that too. And he knew I had a business here, and he had a business there. I think he started dating a girl he dated before, and you know, I cannot blame him. If you find the girl that, one, lives where you live, and two, speaks the language you speak, you know, I can't, no ill will at all. So then after Mom died is when my knees really went, and I had to move upstairs. And so I've been up here ever since. And what was the other question? She said, when Dad is gone, will I keep the house? Of course I will keep the house. I will probably try to find somebody to come live here with me, because I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. You know, we have an acre of property, and I'd probably try to find a roommate of some sort. But yeah, I would keep the house. That one day when he jokingly said, well, if the roof caves in from the snow, we'll just get another house. And I'm like, no, we won't. This is our house. I think the only reason I'm like that is because everything here is set up towards easy for me. At my size and gimpy level, like the bathroom, and everything's doable for me. So, you know, when we had our bathroom redone, we put a taller toilet in there, and people who don't have bad knees or joints don't realize 2 inches taller of a toilet makes a huge difference. Just saying. I'll walk into a place and I'll look down at a toilet, I'm like, am I gonna be able to get off that? That's so low. Just stupid stuff like that. But so they've had this house my whole life, pretty much. When I was born, they lived in an apartment downtown, above what is now, well, it's not over the barber shop, it's over what's next to the barber shop, or a restaurant, I guess. And they had been looking for houses. Every once in a while when we go for a ride, he'll show me a house, he'll pass a house, he goes, yeah, me and your mom looked at that house when we were looking for houses to buy. But they ended up getting this, at that time, I think, it was on an acre lot, and this house was like $18,000 or something like that. I remember when they paid it off, and then you get the big booklet it tells you the whole history of the property, which is kind of neat. Because when I'd read it, I think I mentioned this in a vlog a long time ago, this neighborhood originally was going to be a college campus, and it fell through, and it just became a neighborhood. So, yeah. So the day's been pretty uneventful. Tonight is Thriller on the Hill. Thrill on the Hill. I hope they get people down there, because it is windy and it is very cold. What's the temperature? I will tell you. You ask, I will say. 18, not bad, considering in a few days the high is going to be 0. It's from like 5 until 9. It's for all ages. You buy a wristband and you get a tube, and you can go down. We have a big hill that goes into town, and they block it off. And, excuse me. And then they have a booth set up down there that sells like hot chocolate and hot dogs and adult beverages for the adults, like Irish coffees and stuff like that. And then tonight they reopen at 11 and run from 11 to 1 just for adults only. So, you know, it's right in front of the Legion, so there's probably going to be a little beer drinking going on, and inner tubing down the hill. And then tomorrow it's open all day from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m., I think. So, it's supposed to get up in the 20s tomorrow, so if it's a decent enough day, we might have to take a little ride out and see how many people are going down the hill, and if it works better than last year, because last year it didn't work out so well. I mean, they had people do it, but the ramp they did last year, and you didn't go very far. It was kind of a joke. So I'm hoping they got all the kinks worked out, and it works out better this year. So I guess the ramp is a lot longer, and I don't know. We will see. So that's about all. That's all there is. trying to think of anything else. No, we just watched American Idol. We still got one episode to go, but I'm like, I'm done for now. They were in Detroit. I've only been in Detroit once. I went to go visit a guy there, and he took me around, showed me all around Detroit, and that poor city. It's not. There's some areas that are pretty and some areas that are not pretty. Not pretty at all. Anybody got any plans for the weekend? Anybody going out, doing anything? If the weather continues like it is here, we probably won't be doing much of anything. Because the roads are still very dangerous. They're saying so. They keep saying, be careful. Don't get on the roads if you don't need to. So, I will talk at you all tomorrow, maybe? I don't know. I haven't done it on the weekends here the last couple weekends, so we'll see if I show up tomorrow or not. Bye.